Can I taste your juice?
I'm just never going to get this video done. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to lose it. Hey, folks, PBusardo. Let's see if I get interrupted again. So I actually recorded this entire video yesterday. I did a little Facebook Live on the platform group, announced a winner of a contest that I ran over there. Proceeded to record this video with the microphone turned off. Whole thing. Got up this morning to edit it. It was there, but it was a silent movie and completely useless for you. And it's not a long video. It's all I want to do. All I want to do is close out the stocking contest. I want to do that, and I want to just kind of like recap the year. Mention a couple of items, maybe give out a couple button awards, and do a couple thank yous. That's all I want to do in this video. So we'll try to get through it. God. All right, so let's do that first. Let's close out the stocking contest. I have a bunch of pods. Some are new, some are old, all are brand new that I want to add to the stocking. So there's going to be a lot of stuff in the stocking. You know what I say about the stocking. If you win it, I would really appreciate it if you would make a friend, convert a smoker, and save a life, okay? I got a few other things here that are going in. I got some t-shirts. Geek Vape t-shirt going in there. 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗀 t-shirt going in there. I've got a Lunar Rover. They were a sponsor of the Smoker Show for a while. Lunar Rover going in there. 5 pawns. That's going in there. Remember Paul from INNOKIN? He had those Kanga cases. That's going in there. Little vape case for you. And I have a charger, smart charger, going in there for you as well. And that's it. Okay. So I actually, all of the stuff that you just saw, it's not on the site yet. So I have to do a little bit of typing later on. But if you go to tasteyourjuice.com, you click that stocking on the top. I see I'm being interrupted again. You click the little stocking icon on the top. You'll see everything that is in the stocking. Also, on that site, in that spot, I will announce how to win the stocking. It may or may not be in an upcoming video, how to win it. So, check back there often to find out how you can win the stocking. Why not let somebody win it who goes and checks the site often? I think that'd be a cool thing to do. Oh, and also don't forget, you do have to be a subscriber to this channel right here. And I will check. All right. So that's the end of the stocking contest for 2020. What else are we going to talk about? Let's talk about the year. What a just a lovely, terrific year it has been. So when it comes to vaping, I personally was really happy that MTL came back because not just because it's my style of vaping, but it's because of it's how you smoke a cigarette. So hopefully we can convert more smokers with that style. There were a couple items that I'm going to mention that were specifically for smokers. But there was also another side to MTL that I wasn't really happy about, and that was MTL being used as an attractor. Could you imagine that? Like just a couple of years ago, nobody wanted to talk about MTL, right? Nobody. It was all direct lung, all clouds, all sub-ohming, very little MTL. Now all of a sudden, MTL is an attractor. It's a buzzword. And I think it's being used improperly in a lot of different places. There were a lot of devices that I used or reviewed or talked about, and some that I didn't talk about or review that were, had that MTL label on them, but I don't think so. I think there are still a lot of companies out there who just, like it's a trend, so we're just going to put the label on there and not really understand what MTL is. Or should be. So I guess it was like kind of a bittersweet thing for me with MTL. So let's do. I want to just like give a nod to a couple of different devices, and I want to do a couple of button awards. We haven't done button awards in a while, and I'm not going to include INNOKIN in this first part because if I do, you're going to say,
I feel you're biased, INNOKIN, because you work with them.
All right, so we'll keep INNOKIN till the end. Is that fair? All right, let's do that. So for this first mention, let's be completely unbiased for this first mention, and that is going to be the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line, the delicious watermelon peach. Seriously though, thank you, 𝗫𝗫. Thank you, 𝗍𝗵𝗀𝗃. Thank you, Richard and Sean from Flavor Art for making the line possible. And don't only try this flavor, although I highly recommend it. Do try the other flavors too. The cool citrus from my pal, my Greek brother from another mother, Dimitri, and of course the blueberry morning from the artist formerly known as 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝘀. So thank you, 𝗍𝗵𝗀𝗃. Thank you, Richard and Sean from Flavor Art. Thank you, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and thank you, Medusa Distribution as well. We're still trying to get this line overseas. We do have requests for it. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying for you, okay? But in the meantime, in Canada, 𝗍𝗵𝗀𝗃. In the US, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And to those of you who have tried it, who have enjoyed it, who continue to use it, thank you very much. So, do I want to do button awards? No, let's just do a couple of mentions. And what I did was I just went back in my review list for 2020 and I looked at the devices and I'm like, okay, that one kind of deserves a mention because it hit me a certain way. The first one was the 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗃 Intense Mesh MTL tank. I was kind of surprised by how well that worked. With continued use, I did have some issues building that and keeping the cotton completely wet to work well. But to see a rebuildable mesh go the MTL route, I was kind of pleased to see that. So 𝗀𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗃 gets a mention for their Intense Mesh MTL tank. And the other one, this one just surprised me. It surprised me because when I received it, I thought for sure it was going to be as open or more open than the original one. I thought for sure. And the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃 and the 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 surprised me in a very, very pleasant way. They maintained the draw that I think the original one had, but they also gave you an option to flip that pod around and give you what I would consider, at least for me, right, a very good, very well done mouth to lung vape. So I actually still use the Cocoa Prime. Do I have it here in front of me? No, I think it's in the other room. And I really enjoyed using it. I continue to use it. They had great success with the original Caliburn, and now they've had the Caliburn G and the Cocoa Prime. Obviously, the biggest difference is going to be that they use replaceable coils now. Easy to fill, just really well done. I think really well done. Okay, so those are the two that I wanted to mention. And now I want to give out some button awards, and these are things that like really stood out for me. And there's only two, well maybe three. The first one is going to be for the Evolve Reflex, right? And it's more for the technology than it is for the device itself. This is a technology that I have been interested in and have been kind of trying to get done for a while now. But they've done it, and they've done it really well. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of research, a lot of technology, a lot of thought into something that really does recreate or simulate how a cigarette works. A cigarette is not a single wattage device. It is a variable wattage device, and it depends on how hard you pull on it, how hard you draw on it. You draw harder, it gets hotter, the cherry glows brighter, and that's what they've modeled in the Reflex, or at least the technology that is in the Reflex. So really well done, Evolve. I love the technology. I hope it works out for you, and I hope it converts more smokers. Okay. So that's the first one. The second, actually the only other button award that I want to do is Thunderhead Creations. Thunderhead Creations gets one for the Tauren, for the airflow controller on the outside of the Tauren. I just think really well done. I just think really well done. It is completely variable from like really fully closed to a restricted direct lung draw. It's smooth, it's silky. And I just like the design, right? So congratulations, Thunderhead Creations. You get the other button award. And that's really it. Now we'll talk about some INNOKIN products. I'm really happy and proud, and I'm sure Dimitri is too, about the Aries 2. We just got the #1 RBA on the in the 𝗍𝗂𝗀𝗃 Awards by that much, but we still got it. And I think the thing that I'm most proud of with that tank is going to be the cross airflow controller. It's very difficult these days to do something new in vaping when like a lot of things have been done. Many different things have been done. So to be able to do something new, something a little bit different, and get it out there is nice. So I'm thrilled that we were able to do that. The INNOKIN Scepter gets a nod for just design and aesthetic and the look. I think in its form factor, it is one of the better looking devices, better made devices out there. They're continuing to release new patterns and new designs. They have the Vogue line out there now. Oh, and they also have the tighter MTL pod. Okay, so if you want a more cigarette-like draw, they have recently released that pod for you guys. So there's that. And I think there's the 𝗁𝗏𝗀𝗀. Really happy with this one because there are a lot of pods in this style that have, once again, they have that MTL label, but they didn't do a really good job closing down the airflow to the point where you could get a good MTL vape. Well, I think that we've not only done that, but we've also given you a couple of different air rings to give you not only a quality, good mouth-to-lung vape, but also a good restricted direct lung vape, especially with some of the new coils that we're releasing in the Z coil line. We have something else right around the corner. So before I announce the last thing, I talk about the last thing that I want to talk about, I will say this to INNOKIN. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for believing in me, in Dimitri, for allowing us to work with you to bring some of our ideas to you, and then you bring our ideas and you realize those ideas in products. You know, there's a lot of different vaping companies out there, but when I say INNOKIN cares, I truly believe that. I truly believe that. I truly believe that that company is, well, you know, hey, any company wants to make money. That's first and foremost, right? But I truly believe that that company cares about the customer and cares about the smoker, which is important, very important to me and Dimitri. So now I will announce the last product that I'm going to talk about in this video, and I think it deserves a button award. There is nothing special about this device. As a matter of fact, I would love to see a version 2 of this device, much improved. And I could think of a whole bunch of things that we could do, and that is going to be a device that affected me in a way that no other device this year has. Okay, and that's going to be the INNOKIN EQ filter. That little thing right here. There is nothing that I've put in my mouth, go ahead and insert joke there, that has made me feel more like I am smoking a cigarette than this.
Well, that's not good, Phil.
I agree with you for a vapor, but I think it's really good and really important for a smoker. I think this is important for 2 reasons. Here are the 2 reasons, right? Number one, I think it really does recreate what a cigarette feels like. As a matter of fact, like, look, I just gave the Reflex a button award. And even though the technology in here is designed for a smoker, I feel like the device is designed for a vapor. Does that make sense? Right? Here, I feel like the device is designed for a smoker. Right? As a smoker, I would feel much more comfortable using this than using this. These two need to get together and have a little child. But so that's the first reason why I think this is good and deserving of a button award. I know it's not the first one out there. Certainly the first one that I have received in retail packaging to try and to use and to evaluate, right? It's not even a platform product, right? It's just an INNOKIN product. I kind of wish there was a platform product. But there's another reason why I think this is an important product, and here's why. See if you can follow this one. ICOS, right? ICOS is it's going to be all over the world. It's going to be here in the United States. They are going to pump a ton of money into ICOS, getting ICOS into the hands of smokers. And what's going to happen is people are going to become used to seeing that form factor right there, right? Smokers are going to be used to that form factor and what that looks like and what that feels like. And even with ICOS, it's not a maintenance-free device. There's still some maintenance that is required. So what I think is important for INNOKIN and for the industry, right, is to say, hey, you know, if you like the ICOS, maybe you should try this. Number one, it's cheaper. And number two, if you are into tobacco harm reduction, if you are using the ICOS because of harm reduction, we offer more harm reduction. There's papers and studies that prove that. And I'm not bashing ICOS, because whether it be ICOS, you know, some of our not so friendly people in the industry, ICOS, Juul, you know, love them or hate them. Bottom line, the device is tobacco harm reduction. So I would still want to see somebody not smoke and use something like that than a cigarette, right? Does that make sense? But with the ICOS and this, since they're used to that form factor, now if we can educate the consumer, if we can educate people out there, if we can push our agenda instead of them pushing their agenda all the time, maybe we could open some eyes up and make people realize that, you know, if you really want tobacco harm reduction, you want to save some money, try something like this, right? And I think that's important. I think that's important not only for INNOKIN with this product, but I think it's important for the industry as a whole, especially in the United States. My God, what a disaster! What a disaster! I mean, a volley into COVID, into the bans, into the PMTAs, into the bad news and the drama and the fear mongering, and vaping causes COVID. I mean, enough. Boy, if you saw my live on Facebook the other day, I went off on a tirade about mainstream media and the damage that it's doing to society. Just horrible. But anyway, that's what I want to say. That's how I want to wrap up this year, and a couple of the things that I wanted to talk about. To all of the companies out there that sent me devices, whether I looked at them or didn't, the fact that you are still thinking of me, thank you very much. I certainly appreciate that. I'm going to be here doing reviews in 2021 as well. We're going to continue on with the shows, and we're going to continue to focus and to think about the smoker. Right, I want to continue with the smoker. I think the smoker show is very, very important. I think the smoker show is more important than the DP show. We really started the DP show to kind of entertain people, or at least try to entertain people a little bit during COVID. And well, God knows that has not gone away yet. And I really wished it would. I want to get back on the road. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to meet people. I love hanging out with you here, but I like hanging out with you in real life even more. Okay, so. Any other thank yous? I thanked INNOKIN. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and allowing us to come out with the platform product. Thank you for being the company that you are. I thank the folks that have sent me product. I will thank my friend Eric for kind of redoing and keeping Taste Your Juice alive and still working. Thank you, Dimitri, for the support that you've given me this year. I went through some kind of miserable stuff in my personal life that maybe I will share, maybe I won't. But he's certainly helped me through a lot of times, along with my family too. Love you, Mom, Dad, John, Melissa too, and of course my niece Lexi. And last but certainly not least, thank you to you guys out there for still hanging around with me, for still watching these videos, the reviews, the shows, for your support of the number one best-selling flavor in the unsalted line, the delicious watermelon peach, the INNOKIN platform products, just for everything. Thank you guys for being around for such a long time, and let's continue to do it into 2021. That's it. That's what I got to say, and I don't think we're going to do a smoker show. Dimitri just did a lot of traveling, and I know he's a little tired, so we're not going to do that. But maybe we'll be back next Tuesday with something. So if I don't see you, I will wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. You know I'm a Merry Christmas guy, not a Happy Holidays guy. So Merry Christmas, and wishing you all the best for what hopefully will be a much, much better year than 2020. Like I wrote on my Facebook page, I really hope that 2021 brings back some of the joy and some of the happiness for a lot of us that 2020 has taken away. And that's the end of this video. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Can I taste your juice?